Uh-huh.
Welcome, Tom. We're so happy to have you here today. This is Grace Accountability Partners, a safe space where we grow and stay consistent. Show up for your goals, your purpose, your dreams, not alone, but together by God's amazing grace. Open your heart, learn, share, and rise high. Welcome again. Let's grow and shine.
Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you'll be watching us from today. Welcome to Grace Accountability. We are happy to have you here with us. We are grateful to God that we're all seeing today, and we look forward to you staying glued to your screen right now to know what we have for you today. Great topic, as always. Like I said, this week we are treating topics that will give you opportunity to reflect on your life, the life you're living, and everything about you. So today our topic is the gap between where you are and where you want to be. We all have gaps. Everybody, we all have gaps. There is always a gap between where you are right now and where you want to be. That gap is not a failure. No, it is a sign of awareness that you are aware of what is going on in your life. Because the moment you begin to see that gap clearly, you begin to understand that something needs to change in your life. Many people feel frustrated about where they are today in their lives and where they want to be. But what is missing is that they do not take time to identify what is missing, why they have that gap, and what needs to be done to improve it. So today, we are going to talk about that space, that gap between where you are today and where you want to be. Before we continue, I would love to introduce myself again for the benefit of those who are seeing me for the first time. My name is Ify. I am a wife and a mom of three incredible children. I am originally a Nigerian, resident in the United States with my family. I am an online business owner and a mentor. So, with me in the studio this morning to discuss this powerful topic are my regulars, my beautiful sisters, but not from the same mother. So, they are here again to create that awareness in us and give us that opportunity to sit down and reflect and be able to discover that missing gap. What is it that is missing that we need to change in order to get where we want to be? So I'm going to be calling on my sister from Belgium, my beautiful sister, Salome, to step in and give us one of the life lectures that will enable us to crack down on that missing gap. What that gap is, what is it, what is missing, what do we need to do to change the situation? Salome, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sister Format, for this great opportunity. Our audience, I greet you now. How are you all doing? I am back again. We are back again. The accountability partner all over the world, from Belgium to Ireland, from Ireland to United States, the land of honey and milk. So we are bringing a good news, a good topic. We believe that you will benefit from it. Let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Surimen Salome Otisi. I am a mom, a wife, a healthcare worker by profession, and also a digital business owner. Yes, this question is amazing. The gap between where we are. But before we continue, let me just ask you this question, because this week, the reflection week, like my sister said, are, are you where you want to be? Have you checked yourself? You find yourself exactly where you want to be. The gap shows distance between your current reality and goals. What is stopping you not to be there? What steps are you taking daily to find yourself in exactly place you want to be? These questions goes to all of us, including me, myself. Everybody needs it to be able to spot out your journey, if you are making progress or not. Growth awareness means understanding your current position, recognizing gaps, and intentionally taking steps daily to prove, transformed, and reach your desired future. That's all our prayers. That's what we are hoping for. That is that's our heart desire in life. What we want to get it to be there. Let me just quickly go to my point today that says, the gap requires action, not frustration. Sometimes so many people did not really understand it. Thank you, my beautiful CEO. You just mentioned it, you point it out a little bit. The little steps or the little problem that required action, most people take it as frustration. And we start stressing ourselves. Feeling frustrated about the gap does not create progress. When you find yourself in a situation that needed action, and you are frustrating yourself instead of taking simple steps, you will not grow. There will be no progress. No progress will come out of it. Growth happens when you take consistent action. Even that small step you ignore, you overlooked, can make a difference in your life. Instead of complaining or feeling overwhelmed or tearing yourself apart or asking God, why me? You know what I mean? Why is it's me again? Oh my God, wake up. Focus on what you can do daily. Complaining will not solve that problem. Asking God, why me? Why God is giving you bread you refuse to eat. It will not stop it until you take that action. When you are complaining, you are blaming yourself. Even God is showing you the way to go. In fact, you will not see it because your head is full of negativity. So it's time to wake up. Daily action draw you closer to your goals and your desire in life. Now, this message is for me and you. What is that situation that will make us to start questioning ourselves? Asking questions that it's not even there to ask. Blaming our effort, blaming ourselves. I've been doing this for years. God, where are you? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you serious? It's time to wake up. and ask God, okay, I am here. Give me a direction. The direction might be what you are presenting now for you. And then stand up, do your homework, and then you will be there. I don't want to talk too much, but if you listen very well, you know that there is atom of truth in what I'm saying. We all do that a lot. When we are tired of one thing, we start, complaining ourselves, killing ourselves, tearing our clothes, instead of to calm down and look for a solution. So now, choose what you want. If you want to be there complaining and repeating the same thing, it's your problem. Just choose what you want. Now, this is the solution. If you can choose it and then try, even if you fail, stand up, wake up, clean yourself, continue pushing until you get there. So that's my message. No, please don't misunderstand me. That's how it is for me in my mind today. Thank you so much.
There is no misunderstanding. You are just speaking the truth. And in this program, all we do is speak the truth. We are not here to fine tune anything or to make you feel happy. We are here to tell you the truth and help you to rise above your present situation. Okay, so I will now move to Ireland, another truth speaker to contribute to this discussion. Doris.
Thank you so much, Sister Ifeoma. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Yes, happy Winning Thursday. How is everyone doing? It's very cold here. I had my sister said earlier on before we start the live. She said that it's snowing in their side. I don't know how the weather is going on. Yes, for those that are watching us for the first time, I'm Doris, a mom of 3 beautiful kids, a stay-at-home mom, digital business mentor, originally from Nigeria, based in Ireland. Yes, this is an amazing topic. The thing that I want to chip in here, avoiding this gap will delay your growth. But if you face the gap, it will help you to grow. Many people want a better life. They want more income, more freedom, more peace. But there is always a gap between where they are now and where they want to be. The problem is not really the gap, as Sister Ifeoma said, but the problem is avoiding it. When you avoid it, you will stay stuck. You will not grow. But if you face it, you will learn and grow at the same time. Because when you avoid the gap, you are avoiding the truth. And when you avoid the truth, we delay our growth. Some people don't want to look at their current situation. They want to stay busy, distracted, or comfortable. But deep down, they know they are not where they want to be. Growth starts when there is awareness. You have to be honest and say this to yourself. This is where I am now, and this is where I want to be. The gap is not there to discourage you, but the gap is there to guide you. The gap is there to make everything clear for you. This is what you need to do. If you choose to do it, you will grow. But if you choose to stay there, you will remain stuck. That is why the gap is there. Because once you see it clear, you can start asking a better question. What do I need to learn now for me to grow? What do I need to do for me to change? What do I need to become tomorrow? Ignoring the gap will keep you stuck, as I said earlier on, but facing it is the beginning of your transformation. So instead of running away from the gap, face it. Face the gap, because your next level is on the other side of it. So do not run away from that gap. Face the gap, and your future will thank you for it. Thank you so much, Sister. If I hand over to you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. If I have not face my gap, this is the moment I would have jumped in to do that reflection, to face the gap between my reality and my future. The theme of today's discussion actually is growth awareness. So today we have made you see that everybody, there's no single person in the world that doesn't have a gap. The difference is, are you aware, first of all, that you have a gap? And have you thought about what you can do to bridge that gap? We've talked about the danger of avoiding thinking about your gap. It delays your growth. And we also talked about the fact that gap requires action. When you are aware, you now know what you should do. What do? Take action. Take that first step. Don't get frustrated. Frustration is not a solution, but action is a solution. Clarity helps you to reduce the gap. Clarity gives you direction in where you should go, and helps you bring that gap, close it up. So, if you have not thought about the gap between your reality and your future, where you are and where you want to be, this is the time for you to do it. Some of us already know we have this gap, but we are afraid to face it. We are afraid to do anything about it. We get opportunity to close that gap. We start thinking about so many other things that will stop us from closing the gap, and we relax and go back to where we are. But that's not where we want to be. We want to move forward. We have in our minds what we want. We know where we want to be. We know the kind of life we want to have. But we're afraid to step out and take that action that is required to close that gap between where we are today and where we want to be and our future. So, my dear people, as we bring this program to an end, I want you to remember this, that the gap between where you are now and where you want to be will not close by itself. It will not magically close itself. It will close through clarity. You're having a direction about where you want to be. It will close through intentional decision. You deciding that this is what I need to do to close that gap. And it will close through consistent action, which we have all mentioned here today. Consistent action is that when you decide this is what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. Don't do it today, start it today and stop it tomorrow. When you start, you continue consistently. Do not quit. Maybe when you quit is when you are just close to your breakthrough. That gap will not close itself. You need action to close it. So, instead of feeling overwhelmed and frustrated because of the gap, focus on direction. Ask yourself, what is one step I can take today, this moment, to move towards closing the gap in my life, between the gap between where I am presently and my future? What is the one step I can take today to close it, to work towards the closure of that gap? Because every small step brings you close to reduces the gap and brings you close to the end of it. Every little step you take reduces that gap. And every consistent action brings you closer to the future that you want to have. That's why we said consistency is very important in the closure of the gap, because it brings you closer to the future that you have envisaged in your mind. Do not relent. Do not stay in your comfort zone. And keep praying that a miracle happens to close your gap. Miracle happens to those who present something for God to bless the work of your hands. So, my dear people, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for showing up as usual. And thank you for choosing growth. Before I forget, today is our webinar day, a free webinar day. That is where all of us started from. We all started from watching or attending that free webinar. It's by 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, and 1 a.m. UK time. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 now, because I think you're changing time. But
it's still 1 a.m. Our time will change on Sunday. So from Sunday. No, I think it's 2 a.m. now. Yes.
Well, it's give or take an hour difference. It's either 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So if you live in Europe or in UK, you can just Google it, 5 p.m. PST or 8 p.m. EST, and it will give you the time in your own zone.
Yeah, 12 a.m. UK time.
Okay, so that is when the webinar is going to be. If you want to be a part of that webinar to start that process of closing that gap between your present now and your future, this is the time to take a step forward. Take a step forward by sending your email address and name to any one of us here. The websites are there, or you can go directly to the website or DM any one of us that you are interested. You want to take that step and be at the webinar and start the process of closing the gap between you today and you tomorrow. We will send you the link to that webinar. It is free. You're not paying anything. It is just to give you more information about what we do and how it can help you. If after the webinar you don't feel it can help you, that's fine. If it can help you, you can move forward with whoever you have sent your information to. So thank you so much again for joining us, and thank you for choosing growth. We come here every day to give you information on how you can change your life through our business community, the only business community that gives you clarity, that is based on structure, not hype, that gives you mentorship and coaching for life, that gives you sustainable income, an opportunity to grow wealth for you and your family, generational wealth. We keep promises. We don't deal on hype. We deal on structure and system. You are welcome into our business community by taking that step today. God bless you. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Cut outros in the light. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. I truly appreciate every one of you for showing up and being committed to your growth. Remember, consistency is not about perfection. It's about showing up daily with grace, discipline, and faith. As Grace Accountability Partners, we are not walking this journey alone. We support one another, we pray for one another.